Hello, girls and boys. This is Mr. Benora here with your PARCC briefing. Today, I'm going to just show you a couple of the features that will be familiar to those of you who took the PARCC last year, and maybe a couple of things that have been changed slightly. So first off, one of the key differences between this year and last year is this review tab. Now when you pull it down, you get all of your questions with little dots next to them. And this, I guess that's an orange dot, tells you whether or not the question has been answered. If there's an orange dot, that means the question has not been answered. Now, instead of flags, there's bookmarks this year. Bookmarks make sense because that's, terminology we're all comfortable with. But right now I have 0 bookmarks. Let's change that. So I'm on question 1. I'm going to hit bookmark because I'm happy with part A of question 1, but I don't know the answer to part B of question 1. So I've went ahead and bookmarked it, and I'll flip to the next question. Now see here I'm on question 2 of 23. And when I go to my review tab, you can see this little bookmark flag here. And it's still showing as unanswered because I didn't do the second part. Now watch what happens if I answer B and B. And let's get to the next question. In review, question 2 is done, right? It's done because I have answered both parts. On question 1, if I go back to question 1, A is answered, but B is not, which is why I still have that little orange dot there. In the familiar tool realm, we have our notepad, where I can say, hello, Runnymede, right? Or take notes on helping myself answer this question. Probably more useful than hello, Runnymede. If I close the notepad and open it back up, my information's still there. But if I skip to another question, let's go to question 4, information on my notepad is gone. Information only stays on the notepad for the question you wrote it on. So there's my hello, Runnymede, right? Because I put that in on question 1. A couple of other tools. The answer eliminator does exactly what you think it would. Eliminates answers, and now to get rid of that red X, you have to go back to the pointer. Let's say I eliminated something in haste. I just select my answer eliminator and click on it one more time. All right. Last couple of things are over here in the Park Ranger icon. I can change the background and foreground color, but I'm not going to. I can also enable the magnifier if I'm having a hard time seeing a particular word, or I just want to make sure I understand something more clearly. Probably more useful in math. To get rid of that, you have to click on it again to disable the magnifier. Here's the line reader. And there's a couple of little blurbs here, or a couple of little things. Like if you pull down here, you can make that bigger, and if you pull down here, you can make that bigger. So for some reason, it's a windowed system. You can't make the inside piece any larger than the outside piece, so you have to do both. All right, and I'm going to get rid of the magnifier. Answer masking just hides all of the answers, and then you have to click on them to bring them back or to hide them. I'm going to turn that off. All right, so starting from question 3 now, I want to just go through and figure out how to answer the rest of these questions because remember, answering questions on the PARCC can be somewhat difficult if you don't know what they're asking or what they want you to do. So here it says, selecting from paragraphs 32 through 39, choose the paragraph that most directly reinforces the tone created in paragraph 35. Well, in order to answer this question, I've actually got to scroll down to paragraphs 32 through 39. And now you can see I can click on something and select that as the answer. All right, so you have to know to look here in order to answer that question. Another one here, select 3 details from the passage that are most relevant, right? So I can look, and as I scroll through, there's a ton of things, or there's a few things, maybe more accurately, that are highlighted, right? So I can grab it and drag it. But if it's not that color, no matter how much I think paragraph 15 might work, it's not gonna. So you've got to make sure you know what's being asked and what you can answer and how you can answer. If I don't want to use this detail, I just click the X. Moving through, that's just 2 multiple choice. Let's see what 2 multiple choice. All right, this is a open-ended response answer. So I'm comparing 2 narratives. Now this seems like a tiny box, and it is, but I copied some text earlier, and I'll show you. You can type almost as much as you want. All right, well, you can probably type as much as you want. So if you feel like that's small, it is. Don't worry. You can put as much as you want in there, and then you just have to scroll through to go back and edit your work. Or this is a video, and then the video is how you answer your questions. There's the video again. And remember, you need to adjust your volume ahead of time. If you don't, you're going to be stuck with whatever volume you're at. It's definitely a bug of this test. You have to adjust it ahead of time before you start the test. Here it says, read the statements from the video. 2 statements represent facts and 2 represent reasoned judgments. Drag and drop. So we'll say fact, judgment, right? You get the idea. Multiple choice. Here are some key steps in the experiment described by the 2 passengers, right? Drag and drop the key steps in the list so that they are in the order in which they were performed. Again, drag and drop, drag out. For some reason, some have an X, and some you have to drag back out. Another one, remember, we can write a lot of stuff or type a lot of stuff. There's no limit. Multiple choice, multiple choice. This is important. Which 2 details from the passage provide evidence to support the answer? So make sure you select 2. Select the sentences that together create a summary of the passage and place them in the boxes in the correct order. So, right, and this is again a drag out, not an X out. And remember, I have a lot of stuff. All right, that pretty much sums it up.